Hello and a happy Thursday to all of our friends in Tallahassee and beyond. Welcome to our January 24th edition of FSU Weather. I'm meteorologist Jay Carstens.
And I'm meteorologist Catherine Busick.
All right, and we got a grad student brother in here to open up the show. About time we got one of these things. I needed a buddy around here. Well, yesterday had a little bit of an active night around Tallahassee. Plenty of rainfall, albeit we dodged a bit of a severe weather bullet.
Yeah, I'd say that the storm was kind of disappointing for folks who were looking forward to a potential severe night. But the rain was very nice to go to sleep to. That's all I have to say about that.
We don't necessarily need the rain around here, of course. We got about 1.5 inches recorded at the airport with that storm that really dropped some pretty heavy rain for a good 2 to 3 hours in the overnight hours last night. But things have thankfully cleared out, and it was a fantastic day around town. It turned
out to be beautiful. And I think the most impressive thing that I thought about the storm was the winds. Usually Tallahassee's pretty calm with the winds, and I thought the winds were kind of fun to be in.
Yeah, yesterday we actually had gusts over 40 miles per hour at some times. This is before the storms came by, so we had nice bright sunshine, a strong wind out of the south.
Super gusty, super gusty. I was trying to run around the track, and going with the wind was really fun, but going against it was not so fun.
Yeah, the breeze is sticking around today, and now it's turning out of the north, bringing some of that cooler air in. So for those of you that are not exactly fans of the cold weather, unfortunately the next few days are maybe not quite up your alley.
Right, but the sun will be out, and it'll keep it kind of nice and warm. So that's something to look forward to. I always like the sun.
Always nice to take the positives out of these sorts of things. I'm always the one bringing the negative news to you
guys. It's all about the positive attitude.
All right, we have the full forecast for you for the rest of the show here. For now, we're going to send things out to AJ, who's on the roof with a quick overview of tonight's show.
Thank you, guys. I'm here on top of the Love Building, and as you can see behind me, plenty of blue skies and sunshine after the clouds dissipated throughout the morning that we had earlier as that cold front made its way through. And with those clouds passing through, we have had much cooler temperatures throughout the day, with temperatures now sitting comfortably in the upper 40s to lower 50s throughout the Tallahassee area. As we get into tomorrow morning, temperatures will be dipping down into the low to mid 30s, so make sure to pack your layers before you head out tomorrow for work. Tomorrow temperatures will be getting up into the mid 50s once again, so cooler than what we've been seeing for the past couple of days. Tonight on the show, we will be looking at your southeast forecast, your national forecast, and we'll have your lifestyle forecast as always, with Dylan giving you a look at the monster truck forecast going on over at the Tucker Center this evening. For now, I'm going to send things back to the desk with you guys.
All right, thanks, AJ. Nice to see that sun shining right behind you. For now, we're going to go back out to the wall here where Michael is standing by with our first local forecast for tonight.
Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Jake and Catherine. And so if we take a look at our almanac for today, you think it's a pretty normal day out here in Tallahassee. But our 67-degree high actually occurred at midnight, and our 51-degree low right now is actually the current temperature. That's going to drop as we head into the nighttime hours as that cold air behind that cold front keeps funneling in. Right now, actually, our low temperature is 47. It's sunny degrees right now, but we still have this breezy north-northwest wind. That's what's bringing in that cooler air from the north behind that cold front, bringing the intense storms we saw last night. Again, that front that was giving all the nasty weather to us is now down towards South Florida and giving some rain up towards New England. We do have a little bit of a clipper system out towards the central part of the country. Shouldn't affect us at all. But right towards the west, you see that high pressure. That's going to shift off to the east and give us those cool, tranquil conditions well into the weekend and into early next week. So conditions are going to be absolutely gorgeous outside, but it's going to be cool compared to yesterday. You can see right now those lower level clouds are just thinning out around the Georgia-Florida border, and those should continue to thin out as we head into the nighttime hours, allowing our temperatures to really drop well into the 30s. Now currently you saw 47 degrees in Tallahassee with mostly sunny skies, a little bit cooler up towards the north and west because of that persistent cloud cover just hanging on. So 43 in Bainbridge and 43 in Quincy. Our warmer spots are Perry and Apalachicola at 54 and 50 degrees respectively. The temperatures compared to this time yesterday were around the 70-degree mark, and you see today we're in the upper 40s, so a big drop in our temperatures. 29-degree drop in Bainbridge, 21-degree drop in Tallahassee, and a 25-degree drop in Thomasville compared to 24 hours ago. Now behind that front, also the dew points have dropped. Dew points were well into the 60s yesterday ahead of that front. With that front moving through, the drier air is filtering in, as well as that cooler air. So you see dew points below the 40-degree mark, 38 in Tallahassee, 34 in Quincy, and 32 as a dew point in Bainbridge. Now, as we take a look at our futurecast for tonight, you'll see that the clouds that were lingering around Quincy and Bainbridge should dissipate, and we will have clear skies, which will allow us to cool down very quickly into the low 30s, and those winds will calm down as well. So it won't feel very, very cold like as it has been the last throughout today, but it's going to be cold in terms of our air temperature. Now, as we go into tomorrow morning, we'll have that cold start in the mid-30s, but sunny skies should allow us temperatures to warm up pretty quickly, but only into the middle 50s as we go into the afternoon. And see, mostly cloudy, mostly sunny skies with a few of those upper level clouds, but not rain producing clouds. Going into tonight's forecast, again, we're going to drop to 35 degrees as those clouds do break, and we will have clear skies and those winds do lighten up. And then as we go into tomorrow, 57 degrees with some partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. I recommend just keeping the layers on because 57 degrees is quite cool. And then as we go into our 7-day, that cool stretch does continue. We do warm up a little bit ahead of our next system, but then we'll have another cold blast of air coming late into next week. And you see that 30 on Thursday morning. Now let's send it off to Dylan with a look at the southeast.
Thank you very much, Michael. And you look at the southeast and it's relatively calm throughout much of the western part where that front's already made its way through. You see a little bit of clouds lingering behind the front here in Tallahassee, but in Montgomery, Jackson, and New Orleans, clear skies and cooler conditions, not too bad, very mild. A little bit on the colder side, but still comfortable and able to go outside and have a good time. A lot of outdoor activities are able to be had. And look at those temperature changes. You see recently where the front has been through, you see the biggest temperature change, but way behind it, back in Shreveport and Little Rock, you've already seen the temperature try to increase a bit as they've gotten a little more sun today, and that air has warmed up just a bit. And again, Jake was talking about all the rain. Well, this has increased the severe weather alerts with the flood warnings in a lot of the rivers. These are expected to stick around for a little bit, but a lot of the rain has increased those river levels in the past couple of days. And again, look, there's a pocket of drier in-train sticking around in much of the southeast. Moisture situated down here in Miami. That's where the front is, so you can see the gradient or the dew point temperature difference from 72 in Miami all the way to 38 in Tallahassee, just across the state. It's much drier up here in the northern part of Florida. And you see again on the winds, those winds converging where that front is currently located, but behind it, calmer winds and not too bad conditions. A little breezy just around our area into Atlanta and Charleston as well, but not too bad. It making it feel a little bit colder when you get the breeze, but not that bad where it's not 38-mile-per-hour gusts as we saw yesterday here in Tallahassee. Again, relatively clear on our satellite and radar. Just a little bit of clouds and showers down over into Miami, but behind that, just a few clouds and maybe a spotty shower all the way over in Oklahoma. And then as we go into the futurecast, well, not much is changing other than the clouds moving out of South Florida and the rain moving out as well. For the rest of the southeast, high pressure taking hold, staying nice, keeping things very calm and cool for the next couple of days. So not too bad. And as we look at tonight's forecast, cool temperatures really settle in. You see 24 degrees here in Little Rock and 26 in Tupelo, so that's very cold, below freezing over there. Here in Tallahassee, 35 degrees and a little bit of clouds. But down into South Florida, they're going to see just a bit of the rain for tonight, and then into tomorrow, a little bit of a clearing conditions, but rain still possible, and warmer temperatures come back as we see the front move out and the sunshine really warm things up just a tad throughout much of the southeast. But right now, I'm going to send it back to the desk with Jennifer and Michael.
Thank you, Dylan. And we are seeing cold temperatures here in the southeast. However, other places of the country are staying much colder. In fact, areas of the Great Lakes have actually seen their ice coverage double in the past week. So we're actually, because of these colder temperatures for the second half of January, we're starting to see ice coverage starting to increase, especially for these Great Lakes area.
Yeah, we had that warm December, so that's why the ice coverage wasn't really able to build a lot. But with that that ice coverage still relatively low, we still have that lake effect snow going on.
Yes, and actually, so just only about 4% before this past week, only 4% of the Great Lakes were covered in ice. Now that has at least doubled in the past since the past week because of how cold it has been in those areas, and accounting for a lot of snow in those areas because of because of how cold it's been.
Yeah, usually the ice cover, it peaks in late February and the start of March. That's because that's the coldest time of the year for us here in North America. So that ice cover is going to continue to build, but if you still have that liquid water in the lakes, you're still going to crank up that lake effect snow machine stuff.
Yes, and given how shallow these lakes are, that's the reason why ice accumulates in those areas. So that is one of the reasons why the Great Lakes is prone to having the lakes covered with ice. But
Yep, but for now, we are actually going to send it back out to the wall with Jake for our national look.
Convenient timing talking about ice on the lakes here, because that cold air is really settling into parts of the upper Midwest right now. 1 degree in Minneapolis, clear skies there, and some snowfall occurring in areas of Michigan as well as northeastern Illinois. Chicago currently sitting at 20 degrees under some snowfall. Now if we go down towards the south, that's where some of that warmer air settles in. The dew points really show that nicely. A dew point of -11 in Minneapolis, drier air settling into portions of the southeast. And then there's Miami. 72 degrees on that dew point. That front currently draped over portions of South Florida right now, so the extreme southern portions of Broward and Dade County still getting a little bit more of that muggy air. And it's a really cool visual here when you look at this upper level water vapor, that deep trough that really dug into the southeast yesterday and helped to deliver that round of severe weather that much of the panhandle and the southeastern United States saw. Behind that now, a lot of dry air working in the upper levels, so nothing more than just some shallow low-level clouds for us here in Tallahassee today, as well as much of the southeast U.S. But parts of New England still getting in on some action here. That front is not completely passed, as well as portions of southern Florida here. We see that upper level moisture really settling in over parts of the Atlantic, with again that dry air really filtering in behind. A bit of a pocket of dry air also over the desert southwest. Now we look at that satellite and radar. We're going to zoom in first to the northeastern United States, where we have a well-defined rain snow line working in through parts of New England right now. Heavy rain filtering in through some of the big metro areas like Boston, moving out of places like Providence and Hartford, but Maine is getting hammered right now with the rainfall, and some snow behind it in some of the higher elevations in places like Burlington and Montpelier, Vermont. Of course, all this rainfall is prompting some flooding concerns. An aerial flood advisory is out for the entire state of Massachusetts, portions of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, as well as upstate New York as well. Now we move over further west here, and that's where things are getting really intense here in terms of the cold air. Wind chill warning is in effect for the Quad Cities, portions of northwestern Illinois and eastern Iowa, including places such as Iowa City there, where the University of Iowa is located. Winter storm warnings in association with plenty of snowfall occurring in portions of the lower and upper peninsulas of Michigan as well. And moving down to the southeast here, we see all the concerns with flooding here. Record-setting December for many. In addition to that rain that we experienced yesterday across many parts of the southeast, Apalachicola River is included in this flood warning that currently is out for many of the rivers in the southeastern United States. As for tonight, that cold air really is going to be settling in a big way. -5 degrees in Chicago with snow still being a concern in those spots. 3 degrees in Kansas City. Thankfully, they're not playing that AFC Championship game tonight, albeit it was still a very cold one for them. 23 degrees in Memphis. Some of these 20s even settling into portions of the southeast. Some of the warmest spots on the map are the Pacific Coast, as well as, of course, the oddball of South Florida. And as for tomorrow's highs, that is not 6 degrees Celsius, that is 6 degrees Fahrenheit in Chicago. Ridiculous cold working in, and that could be even colder as we work into portions of next week here, as we see with the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Warmer than average conditions going to be settling in over the western U.S., but some of the coldest air that we've seen in quite some time should be working its way into the eastern half of the United States. Now over to Catherine with our Florida look.
Thank you, Jake. So yeah, we're going to take a look at how warm South Florida is. Unlike most of the United States, we are sitting at a very comfortable temperature range in South Florida. But you can still see here that our cold front moved through. The northwestern Florida is sitting at colder temperatures than southwestern or southern Florida. And our dew point temperatures in Tallahassee are at 38 degrees, Pensacola at 29 degrees. So we're experiencing some pretty dry air, but we look at Miami, still our dew point temperatures, the difference between the actual temperature and the temperature at which dew would occur or moisture would occur in the air, it's still pretty high in Miami. And if we take a look at the radar, we can see that we do have precipitation still moving through the area. This is a past radar, and if we zoom in a little bit, the storms are moving out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and they should be out by later this evening. But it looks like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the southern tip of Florida did experience strong storms. Nothing severe, but it did pass through earlier, and this is at the leading edge of our cold front, which has been the big talk of the show tonight. Temperatures in Miami, Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. Our cold front comes all the way through and we're looking at 67 degrees, 66 degrees in Fort Lauderdale. It's looking really nice for southern Florida. I think this is relatively cool for folks down south, but it'll be super comfortable. I think they'll actually like it. We go back up into northern Florida, Jacksonville, Daytona Beach area. Not too much to see on the satellite and radar for today. And if we go into tomorrow's forecast, again, this cold front pushes through. We have a high pressure system behind it. We're going to have awesome weather tomorrow. It's sunny, 56 degrees, St. Augustine. Palm Coast, 57 degrees. And it looks like a pretty good temperature range between all around Gainesville. So if you need to get outside, tomorrow's the day to do it. Satellite radar for today, Panama City, Pensacola. Again, the cold front moved through here relatively early, comparatively speaking to the southern tip of Florida. So weather's looking pretty good there. It looked pretty good there today. Tomorrow's forecast, 55 degrees in Crestview. Destin, 55. Panama City, 56. It's looking like tomorrow's going to be a nice day all around Florida. So enjoy the sunny state. And into tonight's forecast, Pensacola, 36 degrees. Tallahassee at 35. Tallahassee's sitting at the coldest temperature in all of Florida. So if you have any plants that you care about, you might want to bring them in. It's not cold enough for a frost advisory, but it is going to be relatively chilly tonight. And into tomorrow's forecast, again, we've been talking about this cold front pushing through, so cool temperatures, sunny skies. It's a great day to be around. We're going to send it over to Jen with a look at Jen, tell us what you're going to be looking at, local forecast.
I'm going to give you one of your local forecasts heading into today. We actually are seeing temperatures starting to dip quite a bit because earlier today we had a lot warmer temperatures as that cold front was making its way on through the region. But as we got on through the late afternoon, we're actually seeing quite nice, comfortable temperatures. It is very sunny out and around the area. Looking at a temperature around 47 degrees, nice and sunny. This northerly wind is bringing a lot cooler temperatures, so as we go on into tonight, we're going to see the temperatures start to drop a lot. Currently across the region, we're looking into the low 40s, mid 40s as well. We're going to see these temperatures dropping throughout most of the night, so expect it to be a chilly one with these dew points ranging in the 30s, so it is a lot drier than what we saw yesterday. Yesterday was a lot more humid. However, that cold front did move on and through the region, which is allowing our dew points to be quite on the drier side. Looking at the winds, they are coming out of the north, but we are a little bit gusty around some of these areas. Looking at winds ranging around 10 to 15 miles per hour across the region. With this northerly wind, it is going to bring in a lot cooler temperatures for us, so that is quite nice. That cold front draped across the eastern seaboard is going to move out into the Atlantic, heading into as we go into tomorrow. And this high pressure system will start to make its way onto the eastern side of the United States, so it is going to bring us a lot drier conditions. It's going to be nice and sunny heading throughout the weekend thanks to this high pressure system. Looking at the radar, not any clouds in the sky, and we're staying quite dry as we head into the overnight hours. We are going to see a lot drier conditions because these dew points are so low, so it is going to be quite clear and chilly heading into tonight. For tonight, expecting not a lot of cloud cover. We're actually going to keep things fairly chilly because of the fact that there's not a lot of cloud cover in the area. And as we head on tomorrow, it's going to be another chilly one. So make sure you layer up, especially in the morning hours if you're heading out for a run or even heading out to walk your dog. Make sure you have some layers on because it is going to be quite chilly. But into the afternoon, we are going to expect temperatures to increase quite a bit. So it would be advised to take off a sweater because it is going to be quite nice heading into the afternoon. We're going to have nice sunny skies for your Friday afternoon. Tonight's forecast, 30 degrees across the map, 33 degrees in Thomasville as well as 35 degrees here in Tallahassee. A little bit warmer along the coast, 36 degrees for Apalachicola as well as 38 degrees for St. Mark's. Tomorrow's going to be another beautiful one, 56 degrees for Bainbridge as well as 57 degrees here in Tallahassee. But it's going to be nice and sunny throughout most of the day. Maybe a cloud cover here and there, but it's going to be fairly sunny for tomorrow. Your 7-day forecast, dry throughout the weekend, expecting temperatures to be on the chillier side. Our next rain chances aren't until Tuesday when we get that 40% chance of rain with those temperatures in the mid-60s heading into next week. I'm going to pass things off to the desk. We're going to take a look at temperatures around the country. I know it's very, very chilly, isn't it, Catherine and Michael?
Yes, Jen, throughout the rest of the United States, it's looking pretty chilly, but in Florida, it's pretty nice. But we're going to talk a little bit about the cold air that's going to be coming through most of the Midwest.
Yeah, if you saw Jake's National right now, you're thinking up towards the Midwest, it's cold, Believe it or not, that's only the appetizer.
The
to what
appetizer.
we're expecting next week.
Tell us about the entree, Michael.
Well, let's start with the appetizer. The appetizer is currently happening right now and into this weekend. You saw up in Chicago, Minneapolis, Green Bay, all those locations. Single digits to around teens in terms of their highs.
Right.
But middle of next week is a different story.
Yeah, Chicago is not expected to get above 0 degrees, and their lows are supposed to be negative teens.
It could break records in terms of the lowest high temperature ever recorded in Chicago. Yes, that is Jake's hometown of Chicago. Temperatures are going to be 20 to 40 degrees below average.
That's insane. But I know a lot of the North and Midwest has been experiencing relatively warm temperatures, and it's taken a long time for winter to actually get through, so maybe the Chicago folks will be kind of excited. Yeah,
we had that warm December across a lot of the U.S., but this is really a shock to the system for a lot of us. And you don't want to stay out a long time in this weather. Frostbite can happen with these temperatures as quickly as 10 minutes.
Yep, cover all parts of your body, nose even, as best as you can. Gloves are essential always. So we're going to send it over to, where are we going to next? Dylan, Lifestyle Report. What's up, Dylan?
Hey, look, you guys are talking about your entrees and your dinners. And well, I got your dessert, sorry. 46 degrees tonight. We got clear skies out. A little chilly if you're heading out to the women's basketball game. Your number 4 Louisville Cardinals are taking on your number 22 FSU Noles, and it's going to be an exciting game if you want to go out and watch some basketball. The men are going to play Sunday in Miami, so this is a good forecast. If you want to see some good basketball tonight, this is your chance to do that. And if you've been hanging around Michael or been watching the golf going on, here's your golf forecast because you want to go out golfing, you want to try golf for some time. 36 degrees. It's kind of chilly as you're going out. By the afternoon, though, getting into the 50s, so a little warmer, but still not a bad golf day. And get ready for your monster truck. Oh, wait, sorry. If you're going out tomorrow. Sorry, I got the wrong graphic. 45 degrees tomorrow night if you have any plans. And now is your monster truck. I'm so sorry. Great conditions for the monster truck if you want to go out Saturday and Sunday. 3-day forecast. You're looking at great conditions. And now I'm going to send it over to Jake to take a local look.
All right, thanks, Dylan. I love the youthful enthusiasm here. I promise I will calm things down and make it all boring again. So look at the current conditions here. We've been talking about it a couple times on the show here. We had some nasty weather coming in last night. Some severe weather that we saw around, say, 11, 12 o'clock at night here in Tallahassee, and things have really settled down nicely since then. We're talking 47 degrees right now, which is actually our low temperature for the day. Michael pointed that out earlier. And yes, it says sunny, even though the sun has just recently gone down. Mostly clear skies out there. Some low-level clouds still in the way here, but not really much of an issue. Bit of a breeze out there still, though. So the cooler that this goes, with this wind still being a bit of a factor, things are going to feel even colder out there. So it's going to be a bit of a chilly night in that sense. Could be seeing wind chill values going down into the 20s if that breeze does persist, although we expect it to lighten up a little bit as the night carries on. Again, that front is pushed through, as we've said a bunch of times on the show here. We're not seeing any of that mess that's going on in New England, as I talked about earlier. Thankfully, things have calmed down significantly for us in the Big Bend area, and no rain to speak of anywhere across North Florida, or really almost the entirety of the state, with the exception of far southern Florida. And again, just a deck of low-level clouds that's still a little bit in our way here that we'll hope to thin out here and get us a clear night out there. As for the futurecast for tonight here, again, expecting mostly clear skies to stick around 11 p.m. here, and that will really be a continued trend even for tomorrow here. Waking up to a bit of a cool morning with temperatures in the 30s, but mostly sunny skies will stick around. Again, nothing more than just a few scattered low-level clouds for us. As we work into the afternoon hours, maybe a few more clouds working into the picture by about sunset tomorrow, but it will not be any issue for us. No threat of rain whatsoever. Temperatures should be sticking in the 50s, much like we saw today, just with some slightly sunnier skies and hopefully a bit of a lighter breeze out there for you guys. As for tonight, temperatures in the mid-30s for most of the region. 35 degrees in Tallahassee, 36 in Perry under clear skies. A little bit clearer as you go inland towards Valdosta as well, but that trend really holds true for much of the area with a northerly breeze. Not really too much of a land-sea contrast there for Apalachicola versus, say, Thomasville. Temperatures holding in the mid-50s for the afternoon highs tomorrow as well here. Partly cloudy skies for most of the region. Again, should expect to see maybe a few more clouds working in the afternoon hours with a bit of a light northerly breeze, but no issues there unless you're not exactly a fan of seeing temperatures below the 60-degree mark. So layer up a little bit, bring the sweater really for the entirety of the day, and especially in the early morning hours when those temperatures are going to be in the 30s to get our day going, as we see right here. Mostly clear skies to get the day going at 8 a.m. A few clouds start to work their way back into the picture, but otherwise looking like a nice day out there. 50 degrees for that noon lunchtime temperature, warming up once again into the mid-50s for us here in Tallahassee. Here's that 7-day forecast for you guys. We'll break this down day by day. Saturday, partly cloudy skies sticking around. Insert comment here about how Michael, AJ, and I are going to be golfing that morning. Going to be a really fun time with temperatures in around 40 degrees to get the day going. Skies clear out even more for Sunday, setting up to be a beautiful, calm, sunny day. Temperatures right around the 60-degree point. And as we work in towards Monday, we'll start to see those temperatures bouncing back up towards average, the average high for this time of year, right around 65 degrees. Before our next chance of rain will start to work its way into the picture here. 65 degrees what we're expecting for that afternoon high on Tuesday. Before another cool down works its way in for the mid to late part of next week, thankfully avoiding some of the ridiculous cold that portions of the Midwest and the northeastern United States could be seeing later on next week. But still a bit of a below average series of days and nights for us beyond Tuesday and Wednesday. But to close things out, Jennifer and Dylan are standing by at the desk. What's up, guys?
Thank you, Jake. And Dylan, are you okay there?
Yeah, sorry. I was just super excited for the monster truck forecast. AJ and I have been looking forward for the next 2 weeks. It's taking place Saturday and Sunday. If you got folks want to head out at the Donald Tucker Center.
So in case you didn't hear what he was saying between the amounts of laughter that he had, this weekend's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be a great time to go out, especially for the monster truck event.
It's good outdoor activities too. Going hiking, not really water activities, but more other activities outside. Great conditions. I mean, if you look at the monster truck forecast, it's cooling down, so you're going to need the layers.
The what again? Monster truck?
The monster truck forecast.
Yeah, looking at those temperatures, it will be a bit chillier throughout the nighttime as the sun does set throughout as the night goes on, and you do see sunny skies. But that is going to be nighttime temperatures, 44 degrees for 7 p.m.
The sun won't be out at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m., but it will be chilly. Matter of fact. Not bad conditions, though, going into Monday as well. Tuesdays when you get the rain come back. So a good going back to work or school.
Yeah, this weekend, though, it's going to be a perfect time to head outside. If you're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. So it's overall going to be very nice. And then next week, we're going to get that rain chance again. But it's good to have rain in between nice days.
Yeah, and then we'll warm up and then cool down. So we're not getting too warm again, not back into the 70s in the forecast, but still staying relatively cool. Want to keep the layers, the jeans, and the jackets out.
Yes, and as a reminder for tonight, it is going to be another chilly one. So make sure if you are heading outside to layer up quite a bit because it is going to be another chilly one, especially in the morning hours.
Yeah, honestly, you might want to use your heat tonight if you've been warmer than average. Yesterday wasn't too bad. You didn't really need your heat tonight, though. You're going to probably need it.
But be safe about it as well.
Definitely. Just be prepared and make sure you follow the precautions.
Yes, and again, as we're heading into the weekend, Monster Truck Jam is happening again, and then we also have other events as well. But you can follow us on Twitter. We'll give you all your weather updates there at FSU Weather.
You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather, and then don't forget the YouTube where you're watching live or watching our old broadcast as well.
Yes, you can follow us on YouTube. We always post there, and also on our Instagram account, we're going to try to post a little bit more often there at FSU Weather.
Yeah, no, definitely. We're all over social media if you want to follow us for more information. We did have some coverage last night with those severe storms that made through, so we do have some coverage when things go wrong.
But here from the FSU Weather Studios, I'm student meteorologist Jennifer Collins.
And I'm student meteorologist Dylan Leith. Have a good monster truck forecast.